So many of us are trying to achieve success. Big success, meaningful success. We're trying to get from A to B, where B is our dream goal. It might be success in sales. It might be success in business. It might be success in becoming a millionaire. It might be success in attracting a dream partner, or even success in losing weight. And so we set off on this journey and we bust a gut and we pull out all the stoppers, we focus, we hustle, we do all the things you're supposed to do to achieve that goal. And yet we only ever seem to be able to get to C, which is a mediocre, disappointing, average outcome, and it's hardly worth the effort. Circumstances, obstacles, misfortunes, stuff that just seems beyond our control, always seems to prevent us from getting to the dream goal we desire. I once myself tried to launch a film magazine. It was a huge entrepreneurial project, and my aim was to establish a magazine title that one day I would sell up to one of the big publishers for millions of dollars in a trade sale. And I worked on this project for well over 2 years, and I had a lot of small successes along the way, but when push came to shove, I couldn't quite get my baby off the ground. We managed to get 7 issues out the door, but the second round of funding dried up, and after that I had to abort the whole project. There was no money left. It was an epic disappointment, and I felt utterly fouled by the universe. I felt I'd been completely shortchanged for all the effort I'd put in. I was absolutely bitter. But back then, I didn't understand about the law of attraction. I didn't understand that no matter how hard I tried to achieve success, I was never going to make it, because my subconscious fundamentally didn't believe I deserved success. My subconscious was sabotaging my success, and I had no idea. I was just blindly forging ahead, thinking that all my effort was going to pay off, but it was completely in vain, because my subconscious had the blueprint for all my outcomes in the area of business. My subconscious was never going to deliver me success. I was always going to reach a mediocre outcome. As it happened, although my magazine failed, one of my investors offered me a job in their investment bureau, and that was great, but it was nothing compared to the success that I had dreamed about. I simply had no idea that I was my own worst enemy. The stuff that seemed to be out of control was all stuff that I was attracting because of my level of vibration, because of my subconscious paradigms and belief systems. I just didn't know. And it wasn't until years later when somebody said to me, "Elizabeth, maybe you're stuck emotionally. Maybe that's why you're not having success in business." Wow, at the time his comment stung, and it really hurt, and it pissed me off. But he had hit the nail on the head. It was the truth. It wasn't that I was emotionally stuck, but I didn't love myself at the time. And I realized that until I looked internally and started to address this issue, I wasn't going to have any success in business. I didn't know about the law of attraction, but the law of attraction was at play in my life. And after my friends said to me, "Maybe you're stuck emotionally," I did start to take a long, hard look at myself in the mirror. For 5 years, I'd been busting a gut on all these entrepreneurial projects to no avail, and I kept falling flat on my face, and I was exhausted. If only I had put 1/10 of the effort and energy into myself, into healing myself, that I had put into all my projects, I would have been in such a better place. So I decided to drop the whole entrepreneurial bug. I decided to stop striving for success. I decided to just take a 9-to-5 job and go into counselling. It was probably one of the best decisions I ever made. And slowly through that counselling, I came to learn to love myself. And since then, my life has been blossoming. If it is that you need to learn to love yourself, you might want to consider going into therapy or counselling. It's the most important thing you can do, is learn to love yourself. For many of us, the problems are not so severe. We don't need to go into therapy. A lot of us can fix the problems ourselves. There are so many things that might be preventing your success. Little stumbling blocks, people you haven't forgiven, jobs that you haven't finished, guilt that you've not shed. It can all be very small things, and it just takes a little bit of work to balance those, to heal those issues, so that you are vibrating at the right level to attract success. It's just a question of rewiring the subconscious, and there are so many ways to do it. I've produced another video that goes exactly into that, and you can check it out in the link below. So to get from A to B, your subconscious fundamentally needs to believe B is possible, that you are worthy of B, that you deserve B. The energetic energetic vibration of your subconscious needs to match the energetic vibration of your dreams. If it doesn't matter how hard you work, how much you put into your projects, they're not going to succeed. Your subconscious is going to keep attracting outcome C to match your level of vibration. That's why they say to become a millionaire, you have to first adopt a millionaire mindset. To become happy, you have to adopt a happy mindset. To attract the dream partner, you have to first love yourself. Who can love you if you don't love yourself? So if you're not attracting the success you crave and yet you're working like a Trojan, maybe it's time to stop, call time out, and take a long, hard look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself the question, what is it inside me that is preventing my success? What is it in me that is sabotaging the outcome I want? It all starts internally. That's where we must work. That's where we must put all our energies. We've got to heal the bumps and crevices and pits inside our subconscious. But once you realize this, and once you find a way to fix things, you can actually have whatever you want. You can have all the success you desire if you fix yourself first. Fix up your subconscious so that it's vibrating at the right level to attract that success. When Jesus Christ said, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, then all these things will be added unto you," I think he just meant learn to love yourself. Be God in you. Be at one with yourself. Love who you are. Accept who you are. And then all these things will flow effortlessly to you. So to attract success, to attract the dream goal that you're looking for, you have to raise the level of vibration of where you are. It has to be a match for your dream goal. And if you're a match, then you will attract that dream goal into your realm so effortlessly. What happens is once your subconscious is vibrating at that level, things happen. You get inspired to take action. You're motivated to take action. People, events, things just come into your life that match that level of vibration and help you to achieve your goal. Now, a lot of people already have a very high level of vibration. They're completely unaware that the law of attraction is working in their favor. They've been born and bred like that. They've been nurtured. Their schooling, their childhood has all meant that they've created a very confident and self-assured subconscious. A lot of us haven't had that privilege, and it's not because of any particular fault of our parents or our peers or our religious leaders. It's just circumstantial. It's happenstance, and we've grown up as adults with subconsciouses that have paradigms and belief systems that are sabotaging different areas of our life, and we have to try and fix those if we want to achieve better results. The key is to raise the energetic vibration in you so you match the energetic vibration of the dreams you desire. In reality, you have to get into the feeling of that desire already achieved so that it comes to you effortlessly. Well, thank you so much for listening to my video this far. I really appreciate it. My name is Elizabeth Hackford. I'm the Law of Attraction Lady. I talk a lot about the subconscious and how to reprogram it to attract what you want. I also refer a lot to my personal experience with the Law of Attraction. That's what my channel's all about. So do please subscribe if you enjoy those sorts of subjects. Please comment below as well if this video has inspired you to take action, or if there's something that you found very relatable, or even if you had an aha moment, please comment. Well, thank you so much again, and we'll see you again in the next video.